Welcome to the competitive comparison. And to do that, let's just take on the vehicle that everyone's talking about. That's the Chryler 300. Now, they get a lot of play for styling, and they get a lot of play for horsepower. I mean, everyone's asking, does it have a Hemi in it? Well, apparently not, because guess what? You've got more horsepower than they've got. But even more important, I mean, it's always fun to win on paper, but more importantly, you've got better drivability. And that's largely attributable to not only sophistication of engine, but a six-speed automatic transmission versus their 5-speed. Now, if you're new to this business and don't really understand what that's about, I'm talking about the ability with that many selected ratios inside of a trans to make first gear even lower. Now, the advantage to that is if you've got your sedan full of people, full of stuff, and that light turns green, you want your torque and you want it now. That's what's going to get the vehicle in motion. So we get this good, clean, smooth acceleration. We can stack our second gear in ratio closer to it, which gives us a good, clean shift. Remember, those early gear shifts tend to be kind of abrupt. Not the case in the 08 Taurus. And of course, we get great mid-range passing power, and ultimately, because we've got 6 gears to choose from, bang, we can really stack the 6th gear to be all about fuel economy. Handling is important as well, and though this vehicle is lauded a great deal for its handling, guess what? One of the contributors to your vehicles for handling is the fact that you've got a wider track, meaning the tires are further apart when you look at them from front or rear. That really enhances the stability. Now, beyond that, one of the usability issues, if you're really designing a vehicle for the customer, is you want to talk about the ability to use the design not only cosmetically, but to really make it a day-to-day user. And to that end, this is where this vehicle comes apart very rapidly. So they're proud of the fact that they use that 1950s hot rodders trick, and listen, I like it too, to lower the roof a whole bunch. And it does look pretty sexy. The problem is when you go to use it every day. Open this door, and as you can see as I go to get in, and they brought the seats up higher, I really have to bend to get my head around this roof line. So smacking your ear on here will start to teach you, you need to really bow down. If that weren't enough, the limited visibility has been a critical area into that. And I will share with you, guess what? When you pull up to a stoplight, you've only got 29 inches of windshield to look through. It means that you have to stop further back to get a clear view of a lot of intersection stoplights. See, the 08 Taurus went with 32 inches of windshield. Boy, will you come to appreciate that. And not only does that execute on the front glass, that's no less true of the side and rear glass as well. See, if you're really serious about designing the customer, these are the kind of design issues you got to think about. Let's go to the interior and see what else they did. Lovely. Did I mention you can hit your head pretty darn hard getting in this puppy? I know the roof looks good down, but I got to tell you, that's got to get old. Of course, to this buyer, I guess by week 3 they get used to it. For direct comparison, I just want to share with you, we're taking our SEL on against their 300 Touring, and to give you an idea what pops out right away is the absence of any audio or cruise controls right on the steering wheel. I would miss that personally, for obvious reasons, and as you just witnessed, the pain of getting in this puppy, the visibility is an issue. You've got this nice low roof, you've got a pretty sexy windshield angle. The price is you don't get to see out much. Now, as a former racer, I don't mind the central focus, but in town where you need to see things that are higher, frankly, not good stuff. And in particular, it affects your visibility out all the side windows and in particular the back window as well. To that end, when we talk about direct comparisons of designing a vehicle specific to the customer and giving them as much flexibility and use as possible, details like the absence of a fold-down passenger seat in the front row, trust me, that's going to be very popular with customers when they see how much versatility that fold-down front row seat gives them. On that topic of cargo, trunk size and cargo flexibility are nowhere near as good here. And the ability to use not only the large trunk, lay the seats down, and actually carry a full-length 2x4, please. Second row headroom and leg space, well, well, forget about it here, but as applied to the 08, boy, big difference in the Taurus. We win them on that one. This is an interesting one, and I'm always surprised this hasn't been copied more. There's no keypad entry system on this vehicle, and you know our customers love that. No seat-mounted airbags. No seat-mounted airbags in this vehicle. They are standard. All 6 bags are standard in the 08 Taurus on every model we've got. To give you an idea, the safety canopy in this vehicle is part of a very expensive option package. Come on, we make it standard in the 08 Taurus. Do you see now why I love to do competitive comparisons? The '08 Taurus is a world beater. It was a world beater in '86, and for '08, it's a world beater again. The game of this size sedan has changed. Apparently, we're the only ones that got the memo. Oh, I know why. We wrote the memo. Now, when you look at the list of accomplishments and how this vehicle was designed specific to today's customers, look at that list. Outstanding crash test scores, 5 stars in all 4 categories. A better warranty, customers are looking for that. '08 Taurus, 5-year or 60,000 miles. Chrysler, 3 and 36. Taurus's roadside assistance, 5-year, 60,000 miles. Theirs, guess what, 3 and 36. You know, if you really have to anchor yourself on a list of what the customer gains in this vehicle, it's about the power, the handling, the visibility, the standard safety, the interior features, and cargo capacity. I mean, this thing really does serve the customer's needs. Add to that list best-in-class rear headroom, best-in-class rear seat comfort, and better crash test scores. I mean, come on. This is the American car the American public's been looking for.